Okay. Um, First of all, I'd like to say, as a former collegiate coach, looking at all you guys, I'm really proud that you're out here today. You could be doing something else. And if I can leave just one thing with you, I want to leave this with you. And one of my former athletes, Bernie Wilson, can attest to it, is that you got to have that want to. I can't coach desire. You guys have already proven to me that you're recruitable. Everybody out here is recruitable because you came out here on a Saturday when you could be playing video games, you could be on TikTok, you could be doing something else. So that tells me that you have a passion for the sport. And when, as a recruiter, as a college athlete, I'm looking for people who have some passion and love for the sport. Okay? I'm not a guru. I'm not a legend. I am a student of the sport. I love the sport. I'm happy to say that I'm from Burlington, North Carolina. I grew up no more than 5 miles from where you are now. I started off when my grandmother would ask me to go to the store, which was about a half a mile or 400 meters, maybe a little over 500 meters from the house to get her snuff. I would run there and run back. Okay. Also, whenever there was a creek or something nearby the house, I would always jump it. So I always had that passion for running and jumping. So today, what I want to talk to y'all about is some of the drills that I do with my grandson, Aaron Thompson. Like I said, I'm always a student, always trying to learn more, trying to find out how I can communicate to the athletes to get them to do better. Coach Bond did a good job. He talked to y'all about sprinting, and all running is a pushing action. He's right. All running is a pushing action. The one thing that I want to talk about today that is very important is your posture. As a track athlete, if you don't understand how your posture is, you're going to have a problem. Okay? Come up, Aaron. Okay. The one thing I look at when I'm coaching an athlete is this area, turn and face them, this area right here. Okay? My football coach told me, say, this area can't be moved. You can do all kinds of other stuff, but the center of mass, this area right here can't be moved. Now, turn to the side. If he bends at the waist, bend at the waist. Not bend at the waist like this. If he bends at the waist, his heel is going to come up, and he's not going to be able to push against the track. He's going to be taking his legs up like this and pulling, and you're going to run the risk of getting injured. So in order for you to run properly, you have to be upright in a pushing position. Posture puts you in a position to push against the track. If you're not pushing against the track, you're not running properly, okay? Your head and eyes have to be in a neutral position, and your pelvic area, which is right here, this area right in here, has to be neutral. This is a neutral position. This is a non-neutral position, okay? If I see an athlete, you running and you keep him back like this, I know your hamstrings might get damaged, okay? So you gotta be in an upright position so you can push. All right, so today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you some drills that we normally do every day that can help you with your posture integrity and help you understand the position that your body has to be in order to run properly, okay? So the first drill that I have him do is called what I call the sprint pose position. So he's gonna get in a good sprint pose position. His head is gonna be in a neutral position. His chest is up. His toe is cocked up. His thigh is parallel to the ground. And I have him hold this position for 30 to 40 seconds. Research has shown that if you have good stability and you are able to hold this position for 3 minutes, you're going to be a better sprinter, better jumper. Okay? This is one of the tests that the Olympic Committee uses in order to find out your weaknesses and your strengths. All right, now, so he switches to the other leg. Okay? You guys can do this at home. The more you do this, the more stable you are, the better you're going to be. Now, here comes the hard part. Close your eyes.
Ooh.
Okay? So when you close your eyes, you really got to focus because you might be off balance. Okay? Now, you can come down. What I like to start off with, especially with most athletes, is building strength in the foot and ankle area. Okay? So we do a drill. I'm not going to have him do it now, but I'm going to have him show you how it goes. We do a drill where we take a marble and put it between your toes, and he cycles. So just like he's got the marble between his toes, and he just goes through a cycle. What this does is this forces him to work on his stability and to work on his ankle strength. Okay. Next drill we do, which is an old one, and you guys should know this one. You put the tennis ball between his ankles, and he's going to come up on his toes and down. So come up and down, up and down. We even have him going in a circle, okay? We even have him going in a circle because we want to strengthen the ankle. It's just like a car. The most important thing on the car is what? The
Wheels.
tires. You can have everything else, but if your tires are flat, you're not going anywhere. So, okay, you can come down. So, I heard Coach Barnes earlier talking about how you have to push. Well, you can't push if your leg is not stiff. Okay? Your lower leg has to be stiff in order for you to push. So these drills right here work on developing the strength in your lower leg. If I was a high school coach now, the first thing I would do would be focusing on developing the ankle strength and the foot strength and the hip flexor strength, the iliopsoas muscles right here, because most people don't focus on that, okay? Your core is very important. Okay, one drill that I really love, and he's going to go to the track and demonstrate this now, is what I call the PVC pipe roll. It's going to teach you balance, stability, and it's going to help build leg strength. Being in control when you run is very, very important. So what he's going to do, he's going to get on the pipe, and he's going to roll. We roll maybe 10 meters, okay? So it might look easy because he's been doing it for a while, but this is a very difficult drill, okay? It's a very difficult drill. It strengthens your feet, it strengthens your ankles, it strengthens your core, it causes you to be more stable.
Coach, how big is that pipe?
I think it's 3/4 of it, 3/4, 3/4. I got it at Lowe's because I got a credit card there. I'm not putting in a bid for Lowe's, but that's where I got it from. Okay, so you can do it forward and you can do it backwards. Okay, these type of little small drills help build the foot, help develop stability. Okay? Okay, now. Okay. You go. Okay, now. I love using the PVC pipe to work on strengthening the core and stability. So he's going to do 8 marches with the pipe held up over his head. I heard Coach Barnes kept telling him, keep your core tight. Well, this will force you to keep your core tight. Okay. Okay. I have him do the A-skip drill with it, okay? Because when you take your arms out of the equation, you have to push that thigh up and you have to have your foot in the proper position, okay? So those are just some of the drills I do. One of them, sometimes we do it with I have a heavier pipe. What I've done is took a pipe and put sand in it to make it heavier. And so let's do lunge, cycle, bring the heel through, core up tall. Believe me, this will develop your core area. This will make your core area strong. Because you have to keep your body stable, okay? Coach, I remember you talking about the arms. Coach B, Coach Bond, you were talking about the arms.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we talking about eye level hip, right? Well, for the female athletes, I think it's a little lower.
Yes,
B. Okay, with the female athletes, I like them about right here. Still movement on the backward thrust of the arm, but making sure that they focus here, 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 here. Guys can be a little bit hot, hands can come up a little bit towards the eyes. Okay, now you can put your shoes on, and we're gonna run with the pipe, so give you an idea of what we do in terms of running with the pipe, getting it to the point where I'm trying to eliminate the lateral movement of the body. Okay, I'm trying to stabilize the pelvic area and cause this shift not to happen. Because whenever you run this way, your body's got to go back the opposite way. Okay, and you're trying to go linear, you're trying to go forward. The shortest distance between 2 points is what?
A straight line.
A straight line. Okay. Anytime you deviate from that straight line, you're going to have what is called wasted motion. Anytime you have wasted motion, you're going to get tired quicker, and you're going to be off balance. Okay. So what he's going to do, he's going to start off with it here and go here, and it's going to force him to cycle through, keeping his foot top and keeping his hip top. Yeah, start off high. Come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. I have him start like that because of what? The drive phase is the acceleration phase. You're at a 45-degree angle. You push yourself up into a good running position at maximum velocity, okay? So, I'm gonna have him do it one more time.
Like
Right.
This way?
Let's do it here. Okay, watch the angle when how he's gonna be. Go drive out, come up, come up, come up, come up. Come up into good running position. Okay? The acceleration and max velocity together. Okay? I want to teach you how to accelerate. That's my first progression of coming out the block. 2-point stand, teaching you how to push off both feet. I'm not one of them guys like to push off one block. I like to push off both blocks. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask him to do a drill that I learned from the Swedish guy, French Bot. It's called ticking. And what it is you're landing on one foot that's causing you to see how it is when you hit the ground, while the other foot is just ticking the ground. So we want ticking. So if you notice the foot that's on the ground is doing the work. The other leg is just ticking. Okay? And then the old one that I've done ever since my Greensboro champion days, coaches, is called ankle flips. Okay? I like, just the ankle flip.
Tap.
Working the feet, working the ankle, pushing against the track, developing the lower leg. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's just some of the things that we do. You know, trying to develop the lower leg, the core area, working on stability and foot strength. I think those things are very important. The other thing that I definitely want to talk to, especially the high school student athletes about, is running relaxed. Okay? It starts with your face. If I look at your face and I see you gritting your teeth and your shoulders are hunched up, you're not going to go anywhere. You know, that's why a famous guy that had a lot of sprinters in San Jose, California, named Bud Winter, always told his athletes not to run 100%, run 90%. Run at 90% because you run more relaxed. If you try hard, you're not going to go anywhere. Your body is a great machine and it knows what to do, okay? So if you trained and trained and trained and you're going about 80 to 90%, guess what? Under competition, you'll be able to run better. I know it sounds crazy, you know, but running relaxed is the best thing you can do. Loose jaws, loose hands, shoulders low, you know, no rotation in your trunk area, okay? So since he's got to do a little workout, somebody asked him to put his spikes on, he's gonna do a 200. And the first thing he's gonna do, I told him that I want him to show how his arms are gonna be. He's gonna drive up high, right? When he gets to the back stretch, his arms are gonna be low, okay? All until he's finished. This is the same way you should do when you're running the 400 meters. You go out 90%, you can't run the whole thing all out. Nobody can. So you have to go into what is called a floating phase. Once you go into the floating phase, your arms and hands are down low. So up when you're driving out, low when you're floating. So I really think that in order for you to be successful, you need to do things at home. The sprint pose position, ab work, ankle work, you can do those things on your own. You don't have to have a coach to tell you. And those things would go a long way to helping you out, okay? Like I said, as a track coach, I always like the athletes that I have to pull back. I don't want the athletes I have to push out there, okay? I want the people who are aggressive. I want the people who are gonna go get it. I don't want, if I gotta push you out there, I don't need you. Because let's think about it. Somebody's paying you $30,000, $40,000, some schools $80,000 a year for a scholarship. You're an ambassador for that institution. You're an ambassador for that university. They want you to go out there and perform. Some coaches, their salary is based on how you perform at conference, how you perform at NCAA at the national championships, how you perform in post-collegiate activities. They have bonuses built into their contract. So they can't afford to recruit people that's not going to be serious about what they do. So you have to have that mindset. You know, like I said, one of the things I'm so impressed about with this particular situation here is that you guys are here on a Saturday on your own. That's the first step. That's the first step of getting recruited. You're showing me that you have a passion for the sport. And by having a passion for the sport, you're going to do better. You're going to do well. Okay? All right, let's go. All right, run the set. Go. Okay, accelerating around the curve. Okay, now arms low, float, 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 float. Okay, so arms up high when you're accelerating, arms low when you're floating. It's been my pleasure. I had planned to talk about how to organize a high school track season for sprinters and jumpers. I'm going to do that in February if Dr. Brooks invites me back. But I'm going to do that in February. So thank y'all. God bless you. Thank you.
That was perfect.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All
You're more than
right.
welcome.
Thank you. Coach Space, I'm not going to let y'all go yet. We promised you a lot of information. And Coach Space talked a little bit about recruiting. We have another college coach